Okay, I'm back, and this is day 2 of the Head Start. Today I'm going to play a little bit as a player instead of a DM that I played yesterday. Let's make a new character from scratch. So this is the character creation screen. As you can see, just like sort of like D&D, you can select race and class. Why don't I make a paladin? Race, half elf, and backgrounds are integral parts of actual 5th edition D&D, which I don't know if they're even significant in this game, because what backgrounds in D&D do is they give you bonuses to certain skill proficiencies, but there's no skill system in this game, so they obviously don't do that. Let's see what they do in this game. They give you starting gold, they give you some bonuses to your attributes. Passive bonus to wisdom and charisma. Okay. Gladiator, I guess. Gives you a +1 to strength. 50% bonus from experience from defeating beasts. +1 to hit damage versus beasts. So they just did whatever here. They put in the name of something that sounds familiar, like a gladiator background, and they just gave you some bonuses arbitrarily. Alright, so this is my paladin. You can change their appearance, but it's a little bit limited. It's not like some games where you can really go into detail on the appearance. The character models are kind of ugly in my opinion. I've seen a lot better. Hair color, hairstyle, facial hair. Elves aren't supposed to have facial hair. I think I'll just make them. There we go. Unless you're like a hipster elf. If you're a hipster elf, I guess you get this. No, I don't want to play hipster elf. Eyes, I don't care. Nose, I don't care. I'll just go with this look. You do get some starting equipment. I actually prefer dual wielding big weapons. So I'll give him a greatsword. Armor. So they did stick to the 5th edition rule where you can't start with plate mail at level 1. Alright, now this is something that doesn't complete, is kind of a little bit misleading. So when you make a character, you distribute stats, ability points, and you do this also in standard Dungeons and Dragons. The issue is that this game doesn't play like Dungeons and Dragons. It doesn't play like it has a Dungeons and Dragons system. So a lot of this, the fact that it has these stats, I think is just like a little bit misleading, because you're not going to use charisma in this game really. Maybe passively as a paladin you'll use it, but you don't roll skill checks. So this game would be fine off with like the Fable stats, with only 3 stats: strength, dexterity, and magic. That would work perfectly fine in this game, but at least they included this to maybe make it look a little bit more like Dungeons and Dragons. So I'm going to distribute stats. Give him strength, give him con. And this system encourages you to min-max. It's not like you're trying to make a character that you envision in your head and come to life. You're just min-maxing these stats. Paladin does need some charisma. I'll dump stat intelligence. I'll give him some dexterity so he can avoid some traps. Let me see, give him more charisma so spells are more effective. I won't totally dump, I'll just put 1 point in intelligence. Now this is the biggest deviation from anything resembling Dungeons and Dragons, a skill tree. So this is pretty much Diablo 3 or World of Warcraft or whatever random MMO. So you have these skill trees. The names of the skills in the skill trees do resemble vaguely 5th edition things, not necessarily skills. Some of these skills are entirely made up for this game. Like Flying Foe, I don't think that's actually a 5th edition skill. So, you don't, unlike 5th edition, you don't pick a path, a subclass, or an archetype of your class. What you do is you pick and choose different skills. So what does this do? Lay on Hands. Yeah, I think I do want Lay on Hands as a paladin. So I'm going to learn this. Avengers. Well, you can't even pick any skills yet. You bless your allies, giving them a +2 on their roll. Well, the rolls are all hidden in this game. I'd rather take a great weapon fighting. Protection is if you're wielding a shield, which I'm not. Martial. Yeah, I kinda like this. But you know, maybe I would want one of these skills. Shield proficiency. These I already have. The search is important in this game because you want to find traps, so I'm going to learn this. And I have 2 more points left. Why don't I make myself more effective in this charge move? I really like it. It makes you rush ahead and engage enemies. Do I want Bless? I'm not sure. I'd rather be more effective in laying on hands. Okay. Okay, and then you get to choose your portrait. You get to name your character. I think I will give him a nice elvish sounding name. Eladriel. There we go. Whatever. Sounds elvish.
Excuse me?
Yes? You have a limited amount of voices to choose from.
Certainly.
I hope they add
Of
some
course.
more so you can customize your character a bit more than this.
Hi.
Okay, I'll go with that. As a paladin, I want to be lawful good. Not that alignment makes any difference whatsoever in the multiplayer aspect of this game. It's just there, I guess, as a coat of paint to make it look like D&D. Deity. Helm is a reasonable deity for paladin. Okay, and there's my character. What? I have 2 racial points? What does that mean? Oh, I can jack up my stats a little bit more. Why don't I put it to 18 so this paladin has a +4 on his strength? There we go. Alright, now that you have a character, you just go ahead and find a game. There is module, or there is dungeon crawl. There's really no difference between the two. The modules are ones that somebody has gone in and created a little bit of kind of sparse, superficial content for. The dungeon crawl is that nobody's creating content for it. But as I showed you last time when we used the DM tools, your ability to actually make content in this game is so limited that it doesn't really make a difference. So I'll just pick module, I'll join something that's already going on. Let me see. I hope they fixed a lot of those lag issues that were going on before. Let me try to find a level 1 game. The Goblin Hunters, that sounds good. Okay, so I'm testing out this Paladin character for the first time. Let's see how it plays compared to the fighter.
You're right. I'm running low on health here.
Oh, I have to heal myself just from the beginning. Not very effective at hitting. Okay, I think...
I'm on it.
Let me go heal my
Anytime.
ally. So, when allies fall, you can heal them, stabilize them, but it requires healing kits. Yeah, level 1 sucks. I think I'm going down soon. So, this other guy here is playing a wizard. And I tried the wizard class out a little bit earlier. It is just like any other class, it's recharging abilities with skill trees. Okay, I'm dead.
This should help.
One thing that I hope they implement is that you can't see the name of the player when you look at the portrait. You only see the name of the character. So I don't know who's playing what.
What happened? Maybe I can help. With pleasure. Sure.
And the loot system in this game is old school in that whoever gets to the loot first can take all of it. Like, I know most modern MMO type games have tried to change that, where you distribute loot and you do need or greed or whatever.
Can do.
They just went to the
I'm
old
on
school
it.
system.
Yeah, boss.
Okay. And unlike 5th edition D&D, my skills are all recharge skills.
We're not getting paid by the hour.
So I can do lay on hands, wait for it to recharge, do lay on hands again. All skills work that way.
Anytime.
I don't think there's a DM in this game. Alright. That was awesome. I think that was probably a critical hit. Picking up lay on hands. This game does give you a very satisfying combat feeling.
Yes.
Oh, you can't loot during combat. The camera takes some getting used to. You cannot put the mouse cursor on the edge of the screen to move the camera. You have to move the camera with your keyboard. Alright.
Let's do this. You rang.
And one helpful thing I like about this is that if somebody's looking their inventory screen, you see an inventory icon pop up on their head, so you're aware that they're not paying attention.
Sure.
Like you see that? So this dungeon is probably well, I know it's 100% randomly procedurally generated. I don't know if somebody built this
Maybe
or
I
they
can
just
Yeah.
or somebody
Take
actually
them down!
put any effort into altering it, or they just played it the way it is. It's hard to tell. Okay, let me.
Can do.
Take
I'm on it.
Unlike Neverwinter Nights or Baldur's Gate, you can't actually see the dice rolls in this game. The only information it tells you is that you hit for this much damage.
Anytime. Yeah, boss.
Okay.
With pleasure.
Nothing there.
Sure. Can do.
I don't know if there's a dungeon master in this game. I don't think so. Doesn't look like it.
I'm on it.
We shouldn't split apart, because the enemies will get tough.
Anytime. Sure.
We're not getting paid by the hour.
Try and get behind them.
By the hour.
Yeah, that charge ability I really like. You just close the distance between yourself and like a ranged enemy.
Bet that hurt.
Okay, this hobgoblin. One thing that I think about this game is that, you know, if you're not trying to make an accurate representation of Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition, I would hope that you want to take a risk and try to innovate a little bit instead of having this point and click recharging ability battle system that we've seen a million times in a million games. Maybe have it like Neverwinter MMO, where you actually have to press.
Can do.
You know, it's very dynamic. You're flying, jumping around all the time.
I'm on it.
You have to. Each attack has to be a button press. You know, something like that. But you don't see any of that. This is very, very standard. There's a lot of loot in this game.
Anytime.
It's all randomly
With
generated,
pleasure.
like Diablo.
Sure.
We're not getting paid by the hour.
Can't take much more.
Bet that hurts.
The combat is fun and satisfying. It's nothing different than like a Diablo 3 or World of Warcraft from my experience.
Can do. Yes.
Nothing really unique about it.
I'm on it. Anytime. Let's do this.
Okay, so the inventory screen. The toolbar, I think, can use a little bit of improvement. It's hard for me to drag this item into the toolbar. And then once it's in the toolbar, you can't take it out of the toolbar, or at least I don't know how to take it out of the toolbar.
You rang. Sure.
The toolbar seems a little bit small.
Need healing.
I mean, if you see the World of Warcraft toolbar, it takes up half the screen.
I'm on it. Time
For
to
all the
dance.
skills that you can. Okay. I feel bad. I just looted this whole chest while my ally was getting hit. Let me see if there's anything he wanted to use.
Need help over here.
Whoops. I think I clicked on the goblin by mistake. What happened there? Guess this is reloading for some reason. Yeah, I'm not sure why it's reloading. Oh,
Anytime.
what probably happened is
With
the
pleasure.
dungeon master clicked re-randomize the dungeon. And
Sure.
the whole dungeon just reloads.
Maybe I can help.
Yeah, you shouldn't do that.
Can do.
People are playing. So there probably is a dungeon master here.
Does anyone have a bandage? Does anyone have a bandage?
Oh, I'm gonna go down soon. Potions are very limited. I mean, they're not really limited. They just cost money. And money is hard to get in this game because loot is a random grab for everyone. The potions are kind of expensive, so you don't have that many potions. So I always feel like they're like a rare commodity. And I always feel bad using up my potions.
I'm on it. Anytime.
Hold on, I'm gonna heal my ally.
With pleasure. Sure. This'll be fun.
Oh, these guys are they're too much for me. I can't even hit this guy who's prone? You're supposed to have advantage against well, I don't even know if they have anything resembling an advantage-disadvantage system in this game. Because you don't see the rolls, so you wouldn't know. But I'm assuming it's easier to hit someone who's prone. My greatsword, even though I have a strength of +4... Alright, somebody's re-randomizing the dungeon again. The host has exited. You know, why don't I host a game? Because these random people come, random games that you play, people are just gonna shut the game down. So I'll host the game myself and people can join my game.
Can do. Yes.
So this is the standard. If you don't do any customization to your dungeon and you just play the standard dungeon crawl, everybody starts in the same area. It's an adventuring camp where there's some shops and you can equip stuff. I don't know if there's any use for malachite or lapis lazuli. I'm guessing not, because my thoughts are this game probably does not have a complex crafting system. Okay, this is probably garbage. You want to be stocked on potions of healing, but the problem is, look at this. A potion of healing costs 48 gold. All that game I played previously gave me a total of 82 gold. So I can afford one of these. And then now I can't afford anything else. You know what would be useful? If they use the charisma stat, because the charisma stat is pretty useless anyway, if they used it to make items cheaper in shops. So here, this is how it's described. Charisma measures your ability to interact effectively with others. It includes some factors such as confidence, eloquence, represents charming or commanding personality. Charisma is used anytime you must be persuasive, which is 0 times when you're playing multiplayer, because there's simply no system to do so. It does affect your buying and selling prices, so yes, they did do that. Yeah, paladins use charisma for spells. Alright, so it does have a use. Sort of. I probably can't afford any weapons or armor.
I'm on it. Anytime.
There's one other guy in the game. Also a paladin. I think, why don't we just hit this dungeon? Oh, so in this one you can set the... I want to have a medium dungeon, multiple floors. So you choose what kind of dungeon you want. I'll fight goblins and undead at first, And then mercenaries and sewer creatures. Second floor. The second floor I want to be in a catacombs. And then the third floor will be like a boss. So in the dungeon crawl mode, it's sort of like you can do a little bit of what the DM can do, and that's just randomly spawn a dungeon. Because this is the same screen as the DM screen. Catacombs. And you can actually give yourself quests, too. The evil place. I'm not going to put effort into writing anything else. I'm going to give the quest to defeat the evil boss. Defeat the boss. And defeat some enemies. Okay, there we go. So, no dungeon master, but I was able to customize my own quest. So once you pick up a quest from this starting adventuring area, you go to the map. I have to wait for the other player though. I mean, you can see that, you can see some little details where you can tell that this game was really made by people who do love D&D. This game, there was care put into making this game. Like, they will tell you, you must gather your party before adventuring forth, like harkening back to Baldur's Gate.
Let's do this.
You know, just the names of things, the fact that it's set in Faerun. I mean, there was care put into making this game, even though it doesn't look like it was what lots of people expected.
Can do.
If you are expecting to make your tabletop character in this game, you're not going to be able to do it faithfully. You have no control over what items you have. They're all randomly generated. So if you have a character at home on your tabletop who is a paladin who found, you know, this special holy avenger, you're not going to be able to make him in this game.
I'm on it.
Because you, first of all, you can't. Your paladin character in this game is going to be nothing like your tabletop character. And secondly, you're not going to get that Holy Avenger unless you find it randomly.
You rang. Maybe I can help.
Alright, so I guess we're ready to go. So you click on the exit, and then it brings up this beautiful map of... Oh, well, I guess it doesn't. In the other game, it brings up a beautiful map of Faerun, and you can put different locations to go to. Actually, it's not Faerun, it's really a map of the Sword Coast. And there's a secondary map of the Underdark too, and you can just put a marker there to say that your location is there. Dungeons are made out of predefined tile sets.
With pleasure. Sure.
I have the feeling that once you play this game enough and
Can
you've
do.
seen all the tile sets and you've seen all the monsters, it's going to get a little repetitive. Now, the good thing about hosting your game is that you don't have to deal with lag. I do have a 150 by 150 internet
I'm on it.
connection.
Anytime.
So I'm hoping whoever else joins the game doesn't lag either. It'll be nice just to experience this game
With
and see
pleasure.
what it's like when there's nothing's lagging, because there was a lot of lag and choppiness issues.
Sure. Can do.
Oh my goodness! Taken down by like the third enemy in the game. How's this guy doing so well? He is a level 2 paladin. He has double my hit points. He's also shield and weapon style, so his AC is higher, he's harder to hit. He's running like a bitch. You can't run out of the map. I'm sorry. No, you can't really do that. You just gotta deal with this.
So that's what that
Good
is.
job, Rolando. Alright. Yeah, big difference when you're not lagging. So the tactics in this game are just like Diablo or any other MMO. You want to be watching as your skills recharge and trying to time your actions.
Time for a rest yet.
So your skills can recharge properly at the right time.
I'm on it.
Like waiting for my lay on hands to recharge. The tactics for fighting enemies are the same as any other MMO. When you see enemies, there's a lot of them, you want to try to aggro only half of them, draw them out. The good thing is that if you have a DM, he can counter moves like that.
Boss. Yes.
You know, you have an intelligent person controlling the monsters, it makes a major difference. Okay. Yeah, charge I don't even think is in the fifth edition rule set for a fighter or a paladin.
That was fun.
I know there is, for the fighter, there is a weapon master fighter who has a lot of combat maneuvers, but charge I don't think is one of them. It's just something they made up for this game. One more thing, there's absolutely no resting in this game. There's no concept of rest.
Sure.
There's no spell memorization or anything like that.
I'm dying here.
I need to lay on hands. Oh, I didn't get to lay on hands before I got wiped.
Can't take much more!
Whatever spell this is. What? Yeah, don't go in that room. The map in this game, so I'll bring up the map. The map is limited because wherever... Okay, so when everybody dies, you all respawn at once. Well, you left the game, so it's only me now. I'm gonna go ahead.
I'm on it. Anytime.
Can I take these guys by myself? No,
Let's
I
do
can't.
this. You rang.
I'm gonna have to.
With pleasure. Maybe I can
Anyone have a bandage?
Can, yeah, boss. I'm on it.
See if I.
Anytime. Yes.
Yeah, this is the problem.
With pleasure.
I'm running low on health here.
I'm gonna die. There doesn't seem to be any penalty to dying, so... Guess I'll just keep dying. Okay.
I'm dying here.
So it looks like I'm just gonna keep dying and respawning until I beat these guys.
Sure.
Does anyone have a bandage? Ah!
There's only one more guy. Let me see if I
Can
can
do.
sneak up here. Chill Touch is a 5th edition spell. That magic bolt
Hope that was all of them.
is not. Yeah, I don't think I can solo this dungeon.
Anytime.
But in dungeon crawl mode, I don't think you can go backwards. You can't go back to that adventuring camp. So I'll just have to forge ahead.
Just for once, couldn't they be peaceful?
You know, what my character just said really means a lot. Just for once, couldn't I put in a non-combat encounter?
I'll check their pockets for secrets. With pleasure.
So the enemies are supposed to be level adjusted. Since I'm one person here and I'm level 1, they should be adjusted accordingly. I'm gonna wait till these guys come to me.
That was fun. I'm on it.
Maybe wait till my healing surge, not healing surge, lay on hands recharges.
Time to dance. Does anyone have a bandage? I'm dying here.
Yeah, this game, not easy solo. Not easy at level 1. But all you have to do is just keep respawning. Until they put in some sort of penalty to respawning.
And they're dead. Sure. Can do. Just for once, couldn't they be peaceful? Anytime.
Yeah, this guy looks tough. Drow? I didn't pick to fight Drow here. What is this spider's
Need help over here!
Okay.
Let's do this.
Let me run back, heal, get out of that aura, whatever it was.
With pleasure. I'll check their pockets for secrets.
Okay, so now I'm going to use my search skill. This is a skill you toggle on and off, and when you toggle it on, you have this ring around you, and you're using your wisdom statistic, however high it is, to try to find hidden stuff and try to find traps. Since there's no DM in this game, I'm guessing there won't be a lot of traps. They do randomly spawn traps, even in the non-DM games, but there's very few of them.
With pleasure.
If I encounter a locked door, I'm not going to be able to move forward because my character can't pick locks, and this game doesn't have keys. I don't think these items do anything. What's this? Yeah, I don't think that does anything.
Maybe I can help. Well, they don't look friendly. Sure.
Okay.
Can do. I'm on it.
So the same principles you use for any game like this, MMO, apply here. You know, if you see one enemy, it's probably in the group of a whole bunch of enemies. If you can only aggro one at a time, that's what you want to do. If you can draw an enemy out of their threat range, that's what you want to do.
With pleasure.
I don't think they implemented opportunity attacks in this game either. So you can go ahead and move wherever you want.
Yeah, boss. Friendly. I'm on it.
So I aggroed that archer, and this person's coming. Oh, this is... I think these enemies may be a little too tough for me.
Throw me a potion! Anytime. With pleasure.
One thing I noticed is that these characters talk a little bit too much, saying random stuff.
Sure. Can do.
It can be dialed down a little bit.
I'm on it.
Let me see if this will work.
Anytime.
Didn't do anything.
With pleasure.
Thunderstone.
Can do. Yes.
Okay. That barely did anything.
I'm on it. Anytime.
Let's see. How far do the characters
With pleasure.
follow you?
Sure. Let's do this.
Do they follow you
do.
to the ends of the earth? Like some games.
I'm on it.
These giant
Anytime.
spiders are very strong. Strangely so. You wouldn't
pleasure.
expect spiders to be that strong. Okay.
Sure.
It looks like the enemies do indeed follow you to the ends of the earth.
Can do.
And it looks like I'm stuck here.
Get over that.
Oh.
Does anyone have a bandage? Why me?
So I think this encounter's a little bit too tough for me.
Throw
At
me a
level 1.
potion. Why me?
See, this respawning stuff I don't like. Because it takes the threat out of the game. There's no penalty to dying. You can literally just play this game and continuously die and respawn. I mean, they gotta put some sort of penalty to it, so to discourage you from dying. This guy's a pain in the ass. And I'm only doing half damage to him. So, if we were playing D&D 5th edition, this guy wielding a greatsword with a strength modifier of +4 should be doing 2d6 plus 4 damage. Let me see how much damage he does. 13 damage, 8 damage, 8 damage. Not sure if he's doing that damage. Or they have a totally different system. Let me see. Great sword. 3 to 12 damage. So it is 2d6. But it should be 2d6 plus 4 given my +4 strength modifier. Okay, so it's not a completely accurate
Anytime.
representation
Just for once, couldn't they be peaceful?
of the damage done, hit points that you have. Oh, I hate these spiders that she summons. That's why they call her the Lady of Spiders, I guess.
With pleasure.
Okay, I think I have to take her out.
I'm running low on health here.
This
Sure.
is getting to be not so fun.
Can do. I'm on it. Anytime.
It's getting to be very tedious.
I failed you.
So I think that was a quest I guess I set for myself to
I'm
defeat
running low
her.
on health here.
I didn't even see what the defeat the Ashen Priest. I
Time for a
can't.
rest yet.
Won't be able to kill the
With
Ashen
pleasure.
Priest with one person.
Sure,
Okay,
maybe I
so
can
this
help.
is as much as I want to play to. I played until my character leveled up, and I'll show you what you do in level up. You pretty much choose abilities. There's no feats in this game, so don't expect that. You get a couple of ability points, and you put them inside the skill tree. That's pretty much what you do. What's this? Restoration. I don't know if I want that. Divine Smite, I do want that. And like I said, the skill bar sometimes doesn't work so well. And your skill bar is for both your skills and your items. There's 2 of them. So you have 12 slots for a total of 24 slots. What else should I take? Oh yeah, this is the skill I wanted to try. See, now I can't remove this thing from the skill bar. Oh, I can. So this is the grappling hook move I wanted to try from this game. Okay, so I think that's the end of the level up. So things that you don't do during the level up, you don't roll for hit points. I think hit points are probably just always maximized. I don't know if I think you gain ability points at certain levels. This is a little thing called passives, and this is just passive proficiencies that you have. Proficiency just means you can or you cannot equip a weapon. These are combat statistics. Here are resistances and immunities. They give you a percentile. In 5th edition, when it comes to resistances, you either are or you are not resistant to something. If you're resistant, you take half damage, but I guess in this game, they go back to Diablo, where you have a percentage of resistance to a certain type of damage. They also give you damage reduction, which isn't a big thing in 5th edition D&D. Like damage reduction 3 or anything like that. I think only the fighter has anything like that. And what else is there to see here? Really, that's it. So as you can see, this is a completely different system of building characters compared to Dungeons and Dragons. or most RPGs. This is akin to your standard Diablo, World of Warcraft video game. But the thing is, this is probably a lot easier to implement to keep the game fun and exciting, as opposed to a full-scale D&D system like they did with Baldur's Gate or Neverwinter Nights. This game can be made somewhat turn-based, so let's try that. So where is this? I saw some options. Auto pause. So we will auto pause when the combat round begins. Allow auto pause in multiplayer games. Pause every round. You know what? Why don't we pause for every possible circumstance to make it sort of like feel like a turn-based game, and we'll see how it looks. Okay. So let me go fight some enemies.
Yeah, boss.
With auto pause enabled for every possible circumstance.
I'm on it. Anytime.
And see if it can get to resemble a turn-based combat. I mean, if you play Baldur's Gate 2,
with pleasure.
You're probably auto-pausing
Sure.
every 3 seconds anyway.
Can do.
Or you're pausing the game every 3 seconds anyway. But really, if you have a recharging MMO-like combat system, why do you really need auto-pause? I mean, you can play this real-time just fine.
I'm on it.
You just wait for these things to recharge, and then you press them. I mean, you're not sitting there... Okay, so... Enemy seen, auto-paused. I want to use a dash action on the enemy. Unpause. Paused again for some reason.
Is it time for a rest yet?
No, it's time for you to combat.
They don't look friendly.
See, it's misleading. He says, is it time for a rest? There's no way to rest in this game.
Anytime.
Okay.
With pleasure. Well, they don't look friendly. Sure.
Okay, the auto-pause function needs a little bit of fine-tuning. But then again, I wrote to pause on every instance. Okay, so... I auto-paused, I hit him. Now, the next action is I want to use Divine Smite on him. Okay, maybe auto-pausing for every circumstance is a little too much.
I hope that was all of them.
That was annoying.
I'm on it.
Let me change it around a little bit. No. Combat begins. Enemy spotted. Player finishes ability. No. Okay. So
Anytime.
I lessened the auto pause. Let me try this flying spear technique. Okay.
Well, they don't look friendly.
This is not working out for me. This auto pause is very annoying. I think it's constantly activating with enemy sighted. That spear didn't work on him. You know what? I gotta turn this off. I'm just gonna have auto pause once a round. Because that was really annoying. Let's try this out. Okay, beginning of the round, I guess I'm attacking. Next round. Next. Is that another round? That's a round. Yeah, I don't recommend the auto pause. It's more annoying than helpful. And it definitely does not feel like turn-based combat. It's better if you pause it yourself. I think I'll just turn it off. It's still happening. Maybe I wasn't implementing it properly? Why don't I try to do it where it only auto pauses once per round, and that's it? Nothing else.
That was fun. Yes.
Okay, I'm going to...
Well, they don't look friendly.
Once a round is probably too often. Once every 3 rounds. See if this makes it feel like turn-based.
Yeah!
Not really. Yeah, this doesn't feel like it's turn-based. It just feels like it's randomly pausing the game. And it's very annoying. Yeah, I wouldn't want to do... I don't recommend doing the turn-based auto-pausing. I don't see a major need to do so. Even when you play a wizard in this game, your abilities are all recharge abilities. Every spell that you have is a recharge ability. You're not memorizing spells, you're not casting leveled spells, you can't level a spell up. Oh, at this point... Oh, it's paused and I can't unpause it? Okay, now I'll turn it off.
Sure.
If you're playing a spell casting class like a wizard or a cleric, there's no such thing as memorizing spells. Your spells are recharging abilities. So because you don't have to put that much thought into what you do with your spells or which spells you want to cast, you can just play it like any other class, have a recharging bar, and you don't need to pause the game and think about it. So I don't think you really need it. I don't think it adds anything to this.
Can do. Well, they don't look friendly.
Let me try this chain attack. Okay, it worked.
Need help over here.
But I'm gonna die.
I'm on it.
Okay, I'm dead. Alright, so there you have it. That's that's me playing a level 1 Paladin Sword Coast Legends. As I said before, this game does not replicate it doesn't emulate 5th edition D&D very well. It is a game that plays like Diablo.
Anytime,
as
with
a player.
pleasure.
I actually find the DM client a lot more fun. The player client, you can find a million games just like this out there. A lot of them are a lot better than this. The graphics of this game, as I said before, are not as good as they could be for this generation. The inventory system is comprehensive, or I mean the number of inventory things you can wear to customize your character is good. There's a lot of custom items, a lot of powerful items and weapons, but there's no ability to make your own. The combat is fun. It's fun to fight the enemies. but like I said, nothing you haven't seen before.